How full are you?
The full's here. I'm like...
Very past full. Drink it. Not sexy.
Not trying to be sexy.
Where are we going? Your hat gives it away.
Dress to impress, baby.
So I have this strategy on flights where I book us the two seats on the ends and leave the middle open in hopes that no one will take the middle. And sometimes people come and take the middle, in which case we just ask to switch so that they can have the aisle and we can sit next to each other, which no one ever turns down. But this time, no one took it, so we have an open middle seat.
Welcome back to our channel. This week we are in Mexico. So we're currently staying at a resort called Villa Valencia in Los Cabos. It is quite the dream.
Yeah, this place reminds me of our Amagani video. If you haven't seen that, we'll turn the camera around and show you this place a little bit because it is so cool. We are walking into our penthouse suite. This is the first bathroom that nobody uses because we all have our own bathrooms. Kitchen, which we also haven't been using because all-inclusive. The best part of this place is this deck. Also, here's Jay resetting the living room because we just filmed our video. This deck is incredible. The best part of it is this infinity jacuzzi. It is so cool. Looking right over the pools. Jay is headed into our room. We have this awesome bathtub, which we haven't used, but it's really pretty. Very fun bathroom, showers, and maybe Jay's favorite feature of this entire hotel is that all the toilets, oh, there it goes, have these little remotes and a bidet, I think that's what it's called. He hasn't used toilet paper this entire trip. That is a very quick view at our hotel room. But the main reason we're making this video this week is because we're doing all-inclusive for our very first time ever. We're usually very budget travelers, and so this week is a new experience for us, getting to kind of order and buy sort of anything we want. So we are going to break down this week if we think all-inclusive is worth it. If you don't already know what all-inclusive is, sometimes it's called all-you-can-eat. It's basically you pay a fee per person per day that you're on vacation, and you get all of your food and drinks included under that one cost. So they're not free, but you're paying for them ahead of time, so you're not having this bill stack up.
It's like a restaurant and snack season pass. But essentially, for all you can eat, typically averages about anywhere from $100 to $200 a day, depending on peak season. Yeah, per person, per day. There sometimes we'll offer deals for really cheap all-inclusive. Ours was about $150 per person per day. We're gonna compare three costs for you guys to help show if it was worth it or not. Number one, the cost of all-inclusive per person every day, so $150 for us. Number two, the cost of all the food that we bought for that day. And then number three, the cost of how much we spent on a vacation in Mexico for a week where we didn't have all-inclusive. So are we spending more money just because of all-inclusive, or is this really what we would be spending and we're actually just saving money? So comparing all those costs to show you guys if it's worth it or not.
Last trip when we came, because we were paying for it out of pocket, we were more money conscious. So instead of ordering the most expensive thing on the menu to try to get the most bang for our buck, we were usually opting for the cheapest thing on the menu. So a little bit different, but this will put it side by side so you can kind of see what we order when we're thinking about money versus what we order when we're not thinking about money. Also, something to note about us is we're not big drinkers. We'll order pina coladas all day, but we usually get them without alcohol. So for someone who loves to always have an alcoholic drink in hand, these numbers might be a little bit different and you might get way more of your money's worth because those drinks tend to be pretty expensive. And so having 5 or 6 per day really adds up.
Starting with breakfast, we usually took one of two routes. Either the first being we would place a massive room service order either the night before or early in the morning, where they just come out and lay this like crazy spread of like every breakfast food you could even imagine before us. Or number two, we would go down to like the breakfast buffet and just grab whatever we wanted. But like most buffets, it's a big entry fee just to get in. So even if we just grabbed a bagel or a piece of toast or some orange juice or whatever, it's still a big cost just to go and sit down.
Next up for lunch, we usually spent lunch by the pool, and so from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. we would just be ordering non-stop drinks and snacks and lunch foods. Probably too much for lunch. We wanted to try everything on the menu throughout the week, pretty much. In comparison, when we were on our honeymoon last year, we would order one item for lunch each, and then a drink a few hours later, and that was about it.
Dinner was always super fun for us because we were able to really enjoy a full 3-course meal that not everybody gets to do. So ordering appetizers, we'd look at the 5 options and get all of them, and then ordering the most expensive main dish on the menu without a second thought, just because we can. And then when they come by and ask us for dessert, we can order all of them just because we want to try them. And they're small portions, and with a bigger group of 5 people, you're never really wasting much food. So knowing that everything's going to get eaten is super nice if you want to try a variety of things.
So those dinners would run up quite a cost. Breakfast and lunch were for sure expensive just because of the quantity of food that we ordered.
Looking at the totals of the all-inclusive versus budget-friendly vacation food trip, it looks like if you really want to just ball out and buy whatever catches your eye, or if you like having things like appetizers and desserts and always having a drink in your hand, all-inclusive is actually worth it. So if you always want to do those things, that's a great thing to do. However, if you're okay maybe being a little bit more patient in between meals, or skipping having a fun drink all the time, or
bringing your own granola bars for breakfast.
Yeah, having your own snacks, or maybe skipping a meal because you're not that hungry. If you're trying to save money, obviously the budget-friendly option is going to do just that.
So a few pros and cons of all-inclusive. If you've never done it, things you might not know. Pros, I mean, it is just really fun. The ability to look at the room service menu, which something for my family we never did growing up. Like, room service was always super expensive, and be like, I'm gonna order that for the movie, and then I'll save that later, and then I'm gonna get this in the jacuzzi on our deck. Like, super fun and a super unique experience.
Yeah, I would say if you're the one signing the bill, that's especially nice for you, because the peace of mind it gives you not having to be like, oh, like,
how much is this adding up to?
Yeah, like, I can't believe, like, I want to provide for other people, and I want to get something that I really enjoy, or like, oh, this really expensive thing looks really nice, but I shouldn't. You never have to deal with that. You just have peace of mind. It's already paid for. Like, I can truly get what I want when I want it without a second thought.
Some of the cons, though, you are always full.
Full's here. I'm like
very past full. If you like to feel light, if you like to, yeah, you are seriously always full, and so it takes.
If you want to be full.
Yeah,
if you're getting your money's worth, you're definitely gonna always be full.
That's the catch. You can easily just opt for more normal sized meals, but in that case, it's probably not worth it to do all inclusive. Another thing you might not expect, or a cost you might not expect, is sometimes tips are included and sometimes they are not. And so it's pretty standard to tip 10 to 20%, and so it's worth checking if your resort includes tips in all-inclusive or not, because then you can be running up these massive bills, and if you're even hoping to tip 10% on $1,000 dinner or something, if there's a whole group of you guys, that's $100, and that's every night or something like that. So something to keep in mind. Lastly, for the cons, a lot of all-inclusives say they include activities. That's kind of the difference between all-inclusive and all you can eat. Don't fall for that is what I would say. Most of the time the activities that they say they include are like use of the pool, which is included either way, whether you do all-inclusive or just come to the resort as a normal member.
One last thing to note is that most places you're going to stay don't force you to do all-inclusive for your entire stay. You could maybe just pick 1 or 2 days where you really just want to like go all out and eat to your heart's desire. If you're going to eat at the most expensive restaurant, or you know you're just going to be really tired from an excursion the day before and are going to want to just eat a ton of food, maybe only try all-inclusive for 1 or 2 days. Or maybe if you just want to try it out and see if it's worth it for you, that's a great option as well. Highly recommend doing that rather than just going all in for your first time.
I think that might be our official recommendation, is do all-inclusive for 1 to 2 days of your trip, because it is fun. It can get excessive. And at least with the resort that we're staying at, this might be a little hack. they do allow you to take home leftovers with all-inclusive. So if I was really trying to travel hack here, I would get leftovers
Get way too much food.
Yeah, and then eat them for the rest of the week. Don't take my word on it, I haven't actually tried it out because we do have all-inclusive all week, but just my little travel hacking brain is going off saying that might be a way to get the most out of your money. Also, this filming setup right now that we have is really funny, so I'm gonna flip it around so that you guys can see. Our little stack tables.
We forgot our tripod.
Yep.
So in summary, all-inclusive is great if you want all those extra little things like appetizers and desserts and always having a drink in your hand. And if you just love the peace of mind of not having to worry about how much money you're spending, depending on how much that peace of mind is worth to you, all-inclusive is a great choice. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. We love you guys. If you have any thoughts on if all-inclusive is worth it, if you've tried it, if you love just feeling so full of all the food that you eat, tell us a funny story down in the comments section below. We love hearing from you guys. And hit that like button, it helps us out a ton. And if you want to go so far as to hit the subscribe button and keep running with us, we have a big trip coming up.
Yes, yesterday we just booked flights to Europe where we'll be going for a few months this fall, and so we'll be making lots of videos with lots of tips about how to budget travel in Europe. Towards me, come on! Oh my goodness, why are you so sad? You're in Mexico. Oh, you little spoiled booty. Spoiled booty, that's the spoiled butt. Mexico, all you can eat.